Robin?
are active.
Robin is shaken, not stirred. So she has a whopping 19, even though she has a plus 17. Ouch.
He's still faster than the Viking.
This time, he had fast. He had fast last game,
He
last
was super
combat.
fast. Not so much now.
I got the feeling. I got the feeling from Keith that his was not a high roll for initiative either.
No.
No. I think we're all aghast by the enormous. So I was picturing in a moment a treant. It's not. It's just this huge giant.
It's a giant.
Yeah, horrible. Yeah.
I'll see if I have a picture to send to you. It's a classic one.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. Because then Eric can put it up on the screen. Boom.
Right.
a classic giant. And I'll put up my Bighorn 66. That'll be fun. This will be fun. And unfortunately, it's not a blessed weapon.
But you don't know that.
Well, I do now.
No, you don't.
After she chuckled when I told her about it. Well, maybe I don't. I don't know. Went off right the first time. At least it has cold iron rounds in it.
I'm going to grab some of that toadstool wine and drink it. We don't know what it does.
It makes
you poison yourself.
Super drunk, super fast. You're actually supposed to dip your weapon into it and then...
Oh.
But if your weapon is your tongue...
Silver tongued devil, you.
No, just sharp tongued. It's not silvery.
Oh, okay. Danny doesn't have a sharp tongue. That's Robin's trait.
Well, that's it. That's it. Well, you're the one drinking it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Thing. Oh, so we're at the crossroads at this point. We stopped at the crossroads, and he's standing.
He was standing at the crossroads. You braked just outside the tree line, 50 yards away from him.
Okay.
And that image is on the way.
Does that look like a Jack and Irons to you? Well, yeah, I guess so.
Yep, that's Jack and Irons. That's actually from the book Fairies. And there's other illustrations. That illustration that's actually labeled Jack and Irons.
That's nice and disturbing.
It is. I like the fact you can't see his head. That makes it especially uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's like we know this is already horrific. Don't even worry about it. It's up there. You can't handle it.
Okay. So this is who we're dealing with just as we pull up in our little vehicle.
Our little destroyed vehicle, which is 4 hit points short of broken. Yes.
See, it's not exactly broken yet. And honestly, Bjorn could whip it up in a jiffy if that happened.
Sure, I'll just pull it over, change the fan belt, give it a lube job, untwist the frame, rings, mounts, new radiator, tires.
You're the king, right? You've got the
joints. Yeah, I'll just whip into the nearest ferry body shop, put it up on the lift. I have it for you in 3 or 4 days. Are you going to be financing or paying cash?
Oh, gonna be paying in blood. Because it's a Fey body shop. Of course, you're gonna have to do really weird things for him.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make a bargain.
Yeah. More bargains.
Like the one that's come due right now.
Why does it seem like she's actually protecting Haddock? Maddock.
Why do you call it she?
Maeve.
Oh. Well,
this is Maeve's champion put on the path to...
potentially to get to Maddock.
And she said, you better deal with Maddock and Fia
Mm-hmm.
first.
Yeah, before you take
on the champion. And
Yeah.
she gave us an elaborate line of all sorts of ways that, this should go down. So she basically said, go right to Matic or dispose of
kill her
Fia.
nymph, kill Matic, and then see if you can kill her champion.
She said if you go to the champion first, you'll never see the other two. But if you kill them in order, then you'll be able to get all three of them. So she puts it right in the middle of the path.
Mm-hmm.
She has no intention of fulfilling her obligations with Fia. She has no intention of fulfilling her obligations around the what is it?
Fairderg.
It's just it doesn't Fairdegal. Fairderg.
Are you having difficulty with
Gaelic or
the
Gaelic?
tier tone?
Gaelic, yeah, Gaelic. Is Gaelic not to your liking?
They always mix up their consonants with their vowels.
Blanca, how did you do on that initiative roll?
4 plus 11, 15.
Okay. So you're slightly slower than Bjorn, who is up to his waist in pudding.
As long as it's not smeared across the seat.
Ew.
Jack and Irons is much, much faster. The giant uses one move to thunder forward 40 feet. You started out 150 feet away from him. He uses his second move to snatch a boulder up off the ground. And on his third move, he launches it in a ballistic arc through the air in your direction.
This is going to be a dodge and roll. Let's
see.
We're probably going to have to bail out of this vehicle.
It's an interesting question, though. What's his attacking the vehicle? The vehicle's armor class. Right? He's going after the vehicle.
Yes.
Passenger car. Armor class is a 14, people.
Wow.
Yeah, we're not. This thing is not going to.
The entire thing is going to be blown apart, I think.
He throws his rock.
So does artillery doesn't land in the same round, right?
It's 6 seconds. How long do you want this rock to be flying?
Land in the same round they're thrown.
Okay. I was just thinking if there's like a 6-second delay.
He would prefer me to equip him with a 155 millimeter howitzer.
I'm fine. I'm
fine. To oblige. I'm sure the Fae could whip something up for you. This boulder arcs through the air. Anybody looking out the back window, where there used to be a window, sees it. Was it Blanca that?
It's coming.
Yarn.
Left.
You're going to get whomped by the whopping willow.
Left.
Not much left.
The boulder smashes into the damaged Jeep.
I told you we should have got a different vehicle. A shooting brake would have been more agile.
How many hit points did you say that Jeep still had?
8.
Well, how many before it was broken? Right.
It takes 30.
Ha! Originally it had what, 40 and then minus 12, or what was it at?
So it took a 12 and a 30. Is that correct?
And a 12 out of 40, right? Before?
It's destroyed. It only has 40 hit points total.
Yeah.
How much damage does the rock do to you folks inside?
Oh, let me just back that up a little bit. It does have a hardness value of 5.
Okay.
Take 5 off of each strike.
Oh.
12 goes down to 7.
Okay.
30 goes down to 25.
Yay.
So
40
still
minus
destroyed.
7 is 33 minus
Brings you to
35.
32.
Negative 2? Negative 2 now.
What?
40 minus 7 minus 35 equals negative 2.
Where'd 35 come from?
I thought you said it did how much damage?
30.
30
said it
minus
did-
5. So 25 plus 7
We're okay.
is
It's 35,
32.
34. 30.
so it's broken. It's got the broken condition.
Okay.
And
Are you saying that
8 hit points?
it did 30 points of damage minus 5 hardness? And
So
that's
it
where
did
we are.
25.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're broken.
So the vehicle is broken. What's
Yeah.
broken do to us?
It ain't
It
gonna
cannot
drive.
operate for its intended purpose. I remember that much about broken. Broken. Broken is a condition that affects objects. An object is broken when damage has reduced its hit points below the broken threshold. A broken object cannot be used for its normal function, nor does it gain bonuses, with the exception of armor. Broken armor still grants its bonuses, yada yada. A broken item still imposes penalties and limitations normally incurred by carrying, holding, wearing it. Okay, it's no longer a car that functions as a car. This thing is a hulking, steaming mass of metal with wheels.
Yay!
Grinding to a stop.
Probably hammered to a stop.
Breaking the rear axle, dragging
Sure.
for a moment.
If it's just broken, how do the occupants fare?
We're just no longer traveling in a conveyance. We're stopped.
Okay. So you guys don't get damaged?
I mean, what's a sudden stop? What we're doing? We just swung around. So what do you think we got up to?
Yeah,
20?
we didn't impact anything. We didn't collide with anything. We just no longer can use it as a vehicle. It and stops.
All right.
Steam and gas and radiator fluid.
Move to.
Danny,
Oh, is it my turn?
you are the speed demon out of this group.
I roll out the back. Well, honestly, if I can just take advantage of having the open door, I'm going to.
I'm going to rule that the doors have been blown off of it. You're not even going to lose an action to scramble out.
Okay.
That's very kind of the GM.
I'm just going to whisper back to everybody else, stay out of the range of that fucking mace. Get to the trees. We'll pick at it from a distance, and then we should call in and rush and attack it. Pure, no heroics. Just give us some time to whittle it down for a bit. 3 rounds.
I'm naturally heroic.
Be heroic with a Yeti.
Give it some breathing room. Just a little breathing room.
Do we want Yeti or do we want the sword?
If you can aim the Yeti from a distance, do it. But pace
It's
yourself.
kind of a close-in weapon.
Well, let it get close to you, take a shot, then get out of there.
You have spent one action giving directions.
And I tuck and roll out, and I move to the forest, and I find the thickest tree that is within my first range increment, and get behind it with my bighorn, and then level a shot off. Or actually, yeah, I'll level a shot off.
Jack and Irons is 110 feet away.
Bighorn has a pretty decent range increment. Should have this open at the same time. Next page. 100 foot range increment. So I got a -2 on this. -2 per range.
Yeah.
28 minus 2, 26.
Your bullet sparks off one of its chains.
Okay. Got his attention. Right? Yeah. Okay. Moving on. I shoot. So now.
Instructions, running, shot.
Yep.
Robin, with your blazing 19.
Just in fuego. Am I able to actually see the hulking monstrosity? I can, I assume, then.
You just look out the mangled back window of the Jeep and you see it thundering toward you.
Okay, it's 110 feet away, or that was just Banny because he ran to the tree?
That's 110 feet away.
Okay.
Would you benefit from a haste?
Yes.
Wait for me.
I hold. Just delay.
I cast a second, third level spell.
But Bjorn is first.
Okay.
Yay! Yeah, what's the range on the Yeti?
Bjorn uses one move to run towards it. 25 feet. And then uses 2 moves to cut right opposite Banny and disappear into the woods. Wonka?
Cast a haste spell on Robin. I don't have to touch her to do so. I just look her direction and say, you have the speed to do what you need to do. And I roll out of the back seat and lay on the ground next to the car, hoping that the axle or the hub of the wheels is strong enough that if this thing wants to stomp on the car, that it won't crush me too.
You're not under the car.
No.
Okay. Robin, you're hasted.
So there is no door. There never was. So I'm going to. I'll do a move out 35 feet, kind of diagonal direction that we just had.
Banny's side or Bjorn's side?
Bjorn's side.
How far into the woods are you going?
I don't want to hit a tree yet, so tell me how far I would go before I'm right at a tree. I have 35 foot of move.
10 feet and you can be in the trees.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm pausing there by the tree. Hunt prey. So that's a move. Hunt prey. We're at 110 feet away, so a second range increment because of her skills with the pistol with long range. Good to be a ranger. We'll just go with deadly aim for the third action, and
I think.
Yeah.
Deadly aim.
Deadly aim. It's the feat at 8th level. -2 to hit. 17 is my shot.
You got something good at 8th level because there's not much else.
Rue. And then -2 for the range increment. 31 is my attempt to hit.
31 is a hit.
Okay. If they get the hunted prey. This is just going to scratch a little cold iron style. That is... Okay, so run, hunt prey, deadly aim. Yeah, that's all I did. Oh, then I'm going to do +4 damage with deadly aim. Excusez-moi. Okay, so 17 damage with that hit cold iron style. Fourth action then is going to be to move within like 20 more feet into the woods. I want to keep my visual ability to see it. It's big, but it's dark. But I want it to have to come through lots of heavy woods if it's going to come after me who hit it.
Okay.
Don't spot Bjorn, do I?
Do a perception.
Okay. Perception, that's what I do. Well, not today. 20.
You still spot him because of what happens next.
Oh, well, that's good.
At the end of the round, all four of you find yourself being encircled by a cloud of lavender fairy lights, which makes for nice purple beacons in the trees. So you even see Banny over by his tree. You see Blanca down by the tire, and you see Bjorn skulking through the woods, all with these little spinning purple halos. For those of you being surrounded by them, you hear high-pitched giggling. Top of the order. Jack and Iron's 110 feet away.
If it bleeds, it's bleeding at the end of its turn.
Right. He comes charging. He does one move to close 40, one move to close 80, and he will use his last move to run right up on the remains of the car. But he's expended all of his actions. And Blanca, you do feel yourself being bounced off the ground with each landing of his foot. Banny, you're next. He is only 25 feet away from you, right next to the car.
Oh, man.
Surrounded by fairy lights.
I am going to have to do a hunted shot.
Did you hunt prey, yeah?
Yeah, hunting. I'm going to hunt prey first. Hunt prey, I mean, not hunted shot. And I am going to... I'm just using trees as cover, so I'm just want this between me and him. But I need to look at where Blanca is. Is she out in front of the vehicle, or is she on the side of the vehicle?
Passenger side rear on the side of the driver.
So you can't see her, but you can see that there's a cloud of purple fairy light around her.
Right now. That actually puts... without actually losing the bighorn, I drop it down, I do a quick draw on my pistol, and I take one shot. What is it? It's just the hunted shot. It's 2 shots against it.
Right.
Okay.
Combine the damage. Hopefully you hit the second.
Yeah, 17 on the first roll. 20 on the second.
Oh, sweet.
Sweet bacon.
Sweet
17
bacon.
puts it at 32 for the first hit.
That is a hit.
And the other one is a 35. And that's the 20 roll. I don't know if I get a benefit for it being
it's crit,
a 20.
right? I mean,
But it's not always a
20 is always a crit.
right. It's a crit.
Is that correct?
Or doesn't it like plus 10? It says if it's a critical
I
roll.
thought it said if you roll it can be GM discretion, right? But I mean, I thought it was you roll a 20 or it is 10 over the difficulty, then it's a crit by the rules. I remember we looked this up before.
I want to be consistent with what we've been using.
Yeah. While that's going, I'm using the pistol right now. So the first one is at a -2 because, so I said 30, it's a 17.
Why
32.
is it -2? Its range increment is probably close now.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
How far away?
You're right. The range.
Feet.
Range increment is close enough now.
Oh, wait, you're using pistol, not rifle. Is that correct?
Pistol.
Oh, sorry. Right. What's the range, John?
For a
25 feet away.
Okay.
So it's 25. I'm using a Toro, which is a 30-foot, so I'm fine.
There you go. First range increment, go.
Close range.
Okay. Base roll is 7. $16. What pluses am I'm missing? Was the second roll a crit?
Keith?
I'm looking up, if you roll a 20 on the die, natural 20, your result is 1 degree success better than it would be
than a hit.
By the numbers alone. If you roll a 1 on a 20, blah, 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 blah.
So it was a hit at a 35, which means it's a critical hit because it was a 20.
Yeah.
Makes
Critical.
sense. So say we all.
Very nice.
Okay, that is another 11, so that's 27. High caliber, is that a deadly weapon?
That's well, no, but it's a +2 for each die. So you did hunt prey. So on that critical hit, you're rolling now 2 dice on that critical hit, so it'll be +2 for each of those dice. So you're gonna have a +4.
+4, and then so that's a.
Now go to the coefficient
16,
table
27,
and the actuary.
+4, 31, and then plus another 4 for my proficiency, 35.
There you go.
Yeah, Ken, that table's a whole State Farm thing. Keith knows about it.
And my last action, I am bolting away, hopefully doing enough damage to draw its ire, but
how much damage did you do?
35.
35.
And
total?
that's and it's a striking rune.
Yeah. Why?
Which adds
a die of damage.
Okay, a die of damage per.
Oh, so it doesn't increase your chance to hit, but it gives you a die of damage.
Well, so in order to put a striking rune on, it's got to be magical. So you're assumed to have 2 runes on, one magical rune and then a striking rune, which they often just put striking on.
43.
Okay. We'll have to look at last light again then, because I only do +2.
43 total points.
43 total.
Okay. The giant yowls in pain and rage.
That's good.
And then I move away.
So I don't want to retcon.
Did you use up your actions?
Do you use it up?
Oh yeah, I'm done. 3.
You have 4. You're hasted still, right?
Oh, I wouldn't be hasted. This. I mean, we drove for a while.
That's Robin.
That's Robin. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm not going to retcon last light, but I've only been told it's +2 to hit. There's nothing to do with damage, so that's still what I'm treating it as. But it has the doom ability useful against real bosses.
So, Robin, how far into the woods did you move?
20 feet exactly. 20 feet. I want to be able to still see it.
Tape measure.
Oh yeah, you can see
tape
it.
measure.
You paste it out. Paste it.
I'm picturing myself on the graph. So what I'm going to do is I'm spinning around, hearing it stomping and not crashing through forest, and I've kept visual on it. I'm glowing. I turn around, run back 20 feet to go to the edge where I can see it, brace myself against the tree next to me. It's not like cover is going to make.
So are you moving back to the road?
Back to it. If that's the road, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, turn around.
So you're going to be within like 10 feet of it now.
It moved towards it's at the base of the vehicle right now.
Base of the vehicle.
Standing over Blanca and the car.
That's right. Yep. Brace myself. Fire my hunted shot. I'll be +2 to cancel out. It's definitely first range increment. Don't have to worry about that business. 31. No. Sorry. 32.
That is a hit.
Just a regular old?
Regular old hit.
Sucks to be me. Not really good damage. I must really be wet. Plus 4 plus. Do 11 points of cold iron damage. Of course, it's bleeding. Yaha, doesn't accumulate. I'm going to risk a second shot. It's right on top of Blanca.
How much damage did you do?
I already reported. What was that? I deleted it. It wasn't exciting. What was it? 10? I don't remember. Sorry, I deleted it. I'll re-roll. Could be better. Could be worse. Exciting. Well, I do like these rolls a bit better. 10 plus weapons proficiency and not doing deadly aim. 14 damage. Cold iron.
Got it.
Okay. And after the 14 damage, I'm going to risk it with a second shot. -5 to hit. 5 plus. Come on, last light. 30.
30 after your minuses.
Roger.
That is a hit.
Don't get the hunted prey bonus for a second time. Ooh, but I roll an 8. 8 plus 4 is 12.
12 points.
Feel the sting. She's out of 4 actions.
She's what?
She's out of 4 actions, and she's basically beside a tree.
And it is groaning and yowling. Bjorn is next. Bjorn moved 2 sideways. He comes running in for 2, and with his third action, leaps out of the woods, putting himself between the giant and Blanca on the ground, and he swings the greatsword. So because this is a Vorpal sword, I'm going to let you guys decide who rolls his d20.
Cam.
Okay. Don't screw up. 7.
7.
It's a lucky number.
Oh, let's see. I don't know if that's going to go the distance.
It's Excalibur.
25. He does hit.
Okay.
Jeez.
Barely.
Jeez.
He cuts into the giant. For 25 points of slashing damage.
Vorpal slashing damage.
This is not American Ninja.
No, it's Magnetian Ninja.
Okay.
Actually, that's Norman Ninja. There's
Oh.
And Blanca, breathe in your beautiful halo of purple fairy light.
Part of me wants to get rid of these little pesky creatures, but I think that can wait. Roll onto my back, look up, call to the sky and this large creature above me. Majestic giant, your queen has led you astray. Lay down your arms and sleep, and no further harm will come to you. Sleep.
Is that a will or a fortitude?
Will.
Oh, that's much better for a big dim giant. Hopefully dim. Hopefully.
Jack and Irons gets a 16.
He sleep.
What?
Not only does he sleep,
Oh, no plus. Just 16 total. Yeah.
That might be a critical fail for him.
Imperial Walker down.
Oh, thank you for sleeping. We didn't want to kill you anyway.
Really? We didn't?
Bjorn wants to.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah, I know.
Bjorn wants to wear his head on his
On
belt.
his side.
yeah, you could make a helmet out of a giant's head. That
He's
would be a
already got
lot
his
to
giant's
wear.
head tied to his belt.
so the creature falls unconscious and will remain so for an hour.
Whoa. The giant.
Unless we do something to disturb him, everybody leave the giant alone.
Blam, blam, blam.
The giant swoons and topples at 1 o'clock. So it's just slightly to the right of the car. As he falls, he crushes what's left of the car. The ground trembles, bounces all of you. His hideously dangerous looking spiked great club bounces out of his hand, and he begins to snore. At once, there is a high-pitched scream from somewhere in the forest, and all the purple fairy lights disappear. You're plunged into darkness.
I hate to ask, did he just collapse on top of Blanca?
No, the car.
If he had gone down at 11 o'clock,
Okay.
but he went the other way.
Passenger side is the right side because we were away, but he
was facing the rear of the car.
Yeah.
He fell at his 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, his one.
I'm driver's side rear at 11 o'clock.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
I'll stand up
He
and
fell to your side, man.
and lean over and kiss the giant on the ear and say thank you for taking a nap.
Robin comes out. Her eyes are so wide. She's like, "You did that?" Ugh. Ugh.
Bjorn is looking at Blanca with perhaps new respect.
Best use of a sleep spell ever.
Damn.
But
Can
so
we
you
hack
don't
his
think
head
that
off
we
now?
have to kill it in order to protect
Listen.
Abigail?
He won't get up for an hour if we don't disturb him. Let's go deal with whatever we're going to deal with in the ruins. He is the last of our obligations, according to the queen.
Well,
If we believe her.
Among other
1 hour. 1 hour. If you've got to watch, set a timer. We'll be back in 50 minutes. This does not have to change on our watch.
On our watch.
One second. When we leave, who do you think's going to let this thing... Did you hear that scream? That's Maeve. She's out there. She'll come over and poke him herself if we leave him be.
I don't know if that was Maeve. It sounded like
That scream...
100 fairies.
Who do you think put the little rings around us?
I don't know.
Maeve! You're a bitch!
Do you have a weapon with a scope on it?
No.
Fanny?
We're just going to wholesale... Look at that sword he's got.
Do you have a weapon with a scope on it?
No. I use iron sights.
Try to penetrate the darkness. Look out the direction of the scream. I think it was an independent group of fairies that were all working to conspire to aid this giant. I don't think it's one creature's machinations.
As you use your low light vision, you see there's a lot of motion and a lot of activity in the trees. It all seems of the fairly small variety, but you see more foxes leaping through the underbrush in one place than you've ever imagined possible.
She is out there.
Bjorn wants to know why he can't cut the giant's head off.
Bjorn, if you would, I will
Wait.
lift its hair out of the way so that you can gracefully What?
It
Oh,
will,
what?
it will rise from this temporary slumber once you strike it. If
Yes.
we want to continue this combat, let us situate appropriately. Out there is his master. She will be denied her champion. He slumbers now.
Yeah.
Bandy makes a good point. If we walk away, what's to stop her from poking it?
Nothing.
Or a fox to come up and bite it?
And wake it up.
And our vehicle's dead.
I mean, unless you think you can persuade them not to come to him, then we need to deal with it now.
If we parlay here, perhaps we stand a better chance than hacking this thing to death. It will wake and stomp us into oblivion.
I understand that, but we've got a Yeti and we've got Excalibur right here, right now.
Okay, hold that as leverage. Point the Yeti, raise the sword, prepare all malevolence that we can muster.
Yes.
The queen must know that her champion is at our
Mercy?
Our mercy.
If you want to parlay, we can parlay. Call it.
Prepare yourselves. Ready your actions. Let me speak with the queen if she will answer.
Reload.
Yeah,
Reload.
I'm gonna reload my.
Lord goes and takes a position behind its neck in Menayuchi.
Pull on its locks, climb to stand on its head, and call out into the forest. Queen, your champion has fallen. Do not deny him the life that he should have for your own pride. We can finish this duel later, but I have a mission that lies beyond here. Do not sacrifice your champion.
Foxes begin to emerge from the woods, converging on the road, facing you. Hundreds of foxes. And one of those foxes is a black fox. And before you, it transforms into the Queen of Darkness and Silence. She stands there with all the foxes who sit on their haunches, all eyes on you, Blanca.
Bow in courtly grace in honor of our honored guest. Your champion is bested. Do not sacrifice him for your vanity.
He is a giant. What does he mean to me?
What do any of your subjects mean to you, except when they're no longer your subjects?
They serve.
They only serve those who they respect. And a queen, her respect does not come from a throne or a crown, but from the way she leads.
Mortal girl, what do you understand of leadership and queens?
I want to move close to Bjorn.
Your life is that of a mayfly. Even though you pretend some fey blood in you, you are here and gone. And for a brief moment of your pointless life, you've managed to be graced with the glory of an immortal being. You think to tell me my business?
I do not think to tell you your business, but you must understand that in order to maintain your position as queen, your subjects must respect you. And if everyone sees you casting them away without care or desire, what kind of queen are you but a dismissive one who deserves no respect whatsoever?
Then I ask you this question. What kind of champion is he if he is bested by 4 mortals in less than 60 seconds?
That's fair.
I want
to valiantly.
I want to walk over to Bjorn and say, while this conversation is going on, and say, "Do you have some grenades on you?" 2.
Yo, stupid question.
It is a stupid question. I'm going to grab them off of you.
Do you want fragmentation, thermite, concussion, or mustard gas? There's also some smoke in there. Don't confuse the mustard gas for smoke if that's what you want.
How about a grenade and a fragmentation and a mustard gas?
Reach into my jacket. The ones that look like a baseball are the frags.
Got that?
The ones that look like a can of yellow something are the mustard gas.
Okay.
They have a blue cross on them.
Oh, that's handy. It's kind of dark. Okay. I
but historically accurate.
I move to in position with the two weapons and watch the exchange.
I feel like Robin is on the other side as Bjorn over the giant, being quiet but ready to do
Guns.
it in.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's got the Yeti. I don't know.
Bjorn
Robin's
looks up
professor.
at you. He's just got the sword.
He's got
Yeah.
the sword. He's going to do a coup de grace.
It's
Looks up at Blanca and raises an eyebrow. The queen says, "What is it you want, little girl?"
We have made an agreement. We have agreed to 3 challenges. I tell you that the first challenge has been surmounted and we move to the second. If you wish to observe, follow. If you wish to contest, fight.
Very strong words. You have bested my champion, and I will live up to that part of the bargain. I will release Abigail and call the changeling home.
Shall we move to the next venue?
We still need to decide the fate of the champion.
He is your subject. What honor do you bestow upon him?
He is a jack in irons. He is utterly without honor. If you seek honor, ask for it from Matic. That is not something I trifle with.
This will be a long night for both of us then.
But the giant must die. Because if he does not, he will continue to pursue you.
I turn to Bjorn. Will you hand me the sword?
He reaches out.
I reach down or have him toss it up to me, whatever it takes to get it there. Move to the base of his neck and stand over where the spine meets the skull. Is this how you should end your champion's reign?
Bjorn reaches out, grabs the blade, moves it like 3 inches right here.
Between the two.
Ignore his accuracy adjustment, because my bluster is far more important to me than the accuracy of his strike.
That's
Doctor?
just a little too subtle for him. The queen says, "Do as you will. If you do not kill him, you do not save yourself from his wrath."
Sounds like a plan.
I know, right?
Using telekinetic maneuver instead of my own feeble strength, I drive the sword downward into his skull, trying for a coup de grace.
And I don't remember the coup de grace rule.
It's basically a crit, like beyond a crit.
I think it's a crit, right? Yeah.
But it's
Robin's
like
been standing there
a
ever
crit
so
with
patiently
max
with her
damage or
pistol,
something.
Too, so I mean,
I would. Everybody just get ready to shoot if this thing starts to struggle.
I don't know how much more ready I can get.
Coup de grace.
A coup de Gracie? What?
Yeah, that one.
Yep, hold on.
What's that under special rules?
Is coup de grace still
What is
a
a
thing?
fatal strike? Or it's not called coup de grace. It's like a.
I thought we introduced that one in the Burgundia book.
I thought you did.
yeah, coup de grace
yeah.
as a combat maneuver. That is true.
Because they removed it from 2E, and it's like, well, no, there are still circumstances.
Thematic enhancements. No. It's under combat, right?
I would expect it to be under combat, but there could be.
I'll try searching the PDF. Okay, it's page 34.
Oh, geez.
You're immobilized, you're paralyzed, you're controlled, you're restrained, you're subject to death at the will of an attacker. Only should you employ this house rule if supported by the narrative.
Yeah. So
with
this
a
house
leaf.
rule should only be employed if supported by the narrative. Achieving the position of advantage needed to render a coup de grace should require several successful skill checks. A coup de grace is most likely to happen outside of combat actions.
We are outside of combat actions. And we hit him pretty good, and I don't know.
We've had the successful check by putting him to sleep. That's one anyway. But I mean, yeah, probably
Well,
to
then
follow
you
through.
already adjusted your aim.
So at least that's a +2.
Aid.
Using the telekinetic maneuver to put emphasis to my strike, I will try to force this magical eternal blade through his spine.
Roll a d20.
It's okay. You got a hero point. What could go wrong?
I don't do well with hero points. Remember, I roll the same roll twice. Whatever
Neither
it
does
is.
Bjorn.
Yeah.
One time he uses it, he gets in a car accident.
I rolled a 9.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 9.
A 9.
It's exciting.
But
+2 from Bjorn.
But your attack is
So
incredible.
my attack is based on my magic skill modifier, which is +16. So that's a 25.
And he's
Did you add
currently
in-
prone and not able to defend
It
himself.
wasn't a question of whether he would successfully administer the coup de grace. It was a question of whether the sword's vorpal nature would kick in and take the head completely off.
Nice.
As it is, you severed the spine, the spinal column, all the way out to the trachea. The giant wakes up, wide-eyed, gives a single gork and shudder, and it's deceased.
Oh, the amount of blood
Yeah, Robin's
has
just
got
back.
to be amazing.
Yeah, it's just spreading in a pool out from it. Maeve gives you a courtly bow. Well done.
Okay.
Do
I
you
am
wish
not-
to make a new bargain?
How about the fact that your bargains actually mean nothing? You have no control over your own denizens. You operate with no honor.
Would
Yes.
you like to see me control so that you are eaten alive by 1,000 foxes?
Oh, that's easy.
Benny.
I pull both pins and I charge the weapons and just hold them in my hands. Charge
You're
the.
keeping the spoons down?
Yeah, I got the spoons
Or you're
down.
letting
Well,
the spoons fly?
No, I'm charging. Well, the grenade charges so that it impacts. It like
That
detonates
means
on
that
impact.
you'd have to let the spoon fly.
Okay, but that's it. It's not timed at that point, right?
It'll
As long as
blow
the
up upon
spoon is
impact.
down, you could hold it indefinitely.
Okay, because we
Release it.
have the ability to charge it so that it explodes on impact.
So that's what that means would be most grenades have a 6-second fuse.
Yes.
So you would release your spoon.
You basically let it cook, and I don't want to let it cook. I'm going to hold both spoons in.
Okay. So you pull the pins. Bjorn, still watching you, reaches out without looking and takes the sword away from Blanca. That was a good strike. You get a new tattoo for that. Then, what are you doing? Maeve says, if not foxes, what would you prefer? To be torn apart by the wicker rut?
You have no control.
Dragged into your personal hell by evil leprechauns? What horror do you desire from me? Or do you wish me to live up to my part of the bargain and call back the changeling and restore Abigail?
That's perfect. That's one of our deals met and completed. For Derek, though, you have no control over what his desires are. He's going to come after
According to whom?
other Fae I've talked to in the past. Do you?
Queen, silence and darkness. Fair Derg, under my power. And your source of information?
Just saying. Hold up your end and we don't have to worry about this.
I think, rather than argue with a mayfly, we'll just let the night play out and see where it goes. She turns back into a black fox, and the foxes scatter back into the woods. Bjorn is next to you, holding two pins, which he very carefully works back into your grenades, and then takes the grenades from your hands
Thank
and
you.
clips them back onto his harness.
Robin breathes.
I just wanted to be prepared. It's all just prepared.
I've noticed that either you or Blanca is always antagonizing people that are trying to kill us.
Oh, when you
This
get
time she's
information,
waving you off and you're doing it.
First she was saying no, and then
I think you should
I
learn.
think Keith's gonna jump off.
Jump off his desk. Can't take it anymore.
Why do I deal with this?
Bjorn suggests that you need more self-control and temperance, like me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fly
Fine
off
job.
the giant head. Plant my feet on terra firma. Walk over to Benny. Grab him around the chest midsection. Hold him really tight. It's not time to go yet.
I wasn't going anywhere. I had information. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Let's move on to the next.
I'm serious. You scare me when you get this way.
You guys got hurt during that engagement, did you?
No.
Thank you, Sleep.
It would not take much though with a rock thrown at high speed.
That's nothing compared to him swinging that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He can swing it 4 times per round. The least of them is a plus 16 to hit. It's horrific. The guy had a 41 on his initiative.
How can something that big move that fast? God.
Well, it's 20 feet tall, so it walks a little bigger on the stride than you do. And you just killed a unique, epic creature from mythology. It's practically Celtic mythology.
Ever.
Are you still holding Banny?
Yes, because I want to protect him from himself, and I'm just going to cry into his chest for a little while.
Yeah.
Because I'm impressed and scared that actually worked.
Nothing actually worked.
Robin comes up behind Blanca and squeezes her shoulder in meaning unsaid.
Let's walk. Let's walk.
Bjorn pokes Benny in the forehead. Her title is the Queen of Darkness and Silence. Why would you try to provoke her?
It wasn't a provoke. If she's doing us dirty, I want to say that I recognize it. If she is not going to hold up her end of the bargain, then
we have nothing to say about it.
Right.
Excellent. You have the moral high ground. We're still in the woods.
There would have been a lot of dead foxes. A lot of dead foxes.
Is there anything left in the car that's even worth anything?
There's a big head in there, but now we've got a bigger one to deal with.
Oh, Bjorn recovers the anise head and ties it to his belt.
What? You are not. That thing is huge.
Fashion statement? You guys are sharing? What's going on?
Isn't the head as big as your body?
No. The anise head, the smaller.
Oh, okay. I was picturing.
Did you bring your camera?
Actually, I did.
Take a picture of us. I'll stand over the giant with the sword in his head.
I got a couple of shots in. Yes. Let's.
Move the hasp. Open the accordion body. Look down through the crystal. Oh, let me get a bulb.
Oh, that's blinding. Here, you step in. You ready?
Prepare the camera for it. Hand it. Step over.
I could get used to this. Okay.
Is your hand on the head?
Are we using the special film?
No.
Okay. Spectre Letho? Okay.
This
It
was
would
only
be
a
all blurry
vacation.
then, so there you go.
Get some souvenir hunting shots of yourselves with your dead bull moose.
The fact is, we're basically wading in its blood right now. It's like splashing around in it. Oh,
We should put some in a bucket.
I know. We are now the Red Boots tribe.
Yes.
red boots.
Yes.
Red
So
boots.
we're gonna go up against the red caps. Yeah.
Yeah, who's going to win? We'll step on their heads.
So one thing I thought was interesting she said is that she felt that Maddox had some sense of honor, unlike her.
That is a fair point.
I was
That
curious
could have been
about
worth knowing.
that too. I still have the box.
Well, perhaps we won't have to dig as deeply into my arcana as I thought, and we can reason with him and send him home without violence.
Right.
Well, the forest is quiet. You don't detect any more movement out there. There's no more purple fairy lights. You're still getting your sliver moon lighting the meadow, and you see the split in the gravel road up ahead.
Take the left fork. Let's go.
Do we bother with the flashlight?
Hey,
I can't mend any more today, so enjoy what works.
So you have 3 flashlights because Bjorn brought a flashlight. That's not bad. And you've got low light vision.
Yeah, she doesn't need it.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to see in color.
You make your way through the nighttime forest, and you begin to start smelling the sea very strongly. Banny, it gives you a little different reaction because it's the same smell that was in Ismay's study.
Yeah. I start to react. I'm shimmering. It's like I start looking for shadows and movements in the trees.
Which is a healthy thing to be doing anyway.
Yeah, but it's now more in a panic state than I got this.
Soon you start hearing what sounds like breathing of an even bigger giant. You hear a giant boom, and then boom.
Demolition.
Boom, boom.
I think that's the ocean, but I am not sure.
Can we make a perception check to see if it's like this massive wave striking?
Go ahead.
23. I did not roll well.
25.
It sounds like it very well could be surf crashing on rocks or possibly sea caves. But you've heard what a giant sounds like just recently, so you know the difference. You continue through these rolling hills, and after about a half a mile, you look up ahead, and it looks like the land just stops. And there is a silhouette of fractured ruins right on the edge of the sea cliffs. And it's about half a mile away across open country.
Bjorn, do you have any flares? I'm just curious. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to check out the armory.
Yeah,
Bjorn.
yeah. Just flip open his jacket and see what happens.
Stop pawing me. I'm not the piece of meat.
That's
Stop
not what you just
objectifying
said.
me.
Wait.
If you're not going to reach up under the kilt and grip the gigantosaur, I don't want to hear it. I don't have any flares. I have grenades all day long. Some of them make very bright flashes when they go off.
That's too short, but thank you.
I reach into my pack and pull out a Zippo and extend it to Robin. Will this help?
Oh, I had one of those. He lights a cigarette.
I was thinking more about seeing the full silhouette of the ruins when we can get a little closer, but no.
You can't see them by cherry light as I point to Bjorn's lit cigarette.
Normally, this would make a good target, but I'm feeling lucky tonight.
Oh,
Stare at
Ron?
Blanca's slightly glowing eyes with the low light vision. Just shake my head.
Bjorn, thanks for the assist back there. I really was all bluff and not a lot of accuracy.
I knew you had it. But if you missed, I was going to shove the Yeti in its ear and give it all 3 barrels at once. It'll probably dislocate my shoulder, but I guarantee Banny on the other side would have gotten wet.
Oh, I can't even imagine what that would look like.
What that would sound like.
You mean the dislocated shoulder?
A dislocated shoulder? No, just the head glosh. Whatever. I just think of your pudding. That's it. Just the pudding that you were eating earlier, the custard.
That is what the giant will look like in about 6 days.
Oh. Who's going to clean up that mess?
Whoever comes out on this road on a regular basis, said nobody ever.
Found a big skeleton out there with chains all over it. I don't.
And the heads.
Squeeze Bjorn's arm and then punch him in the shoulder and say, "Let's get moving. Stop
How
talking."
many bones did you just break in your hand?
Oh, you say that to every girl.
I know. As you are making your way toward the ruins, you see the fire of torches light up, flanking an arched entryway, and then in different places around the ruins, one at a time, flare to life, until it looks like you're actually walking toward a castle at night.
That's impressive.
You
The booming of the surf is louder. Now you can feel the sea breeze coming in. You can smell it. There are the ruins.
Are you ready to do that parlay trick you did earlier?
I don't count that I can make the same roll at the table one night after another. So I'm hoping we have a little luck, but I'm not banking on it. How's your shot from here?
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, you didn't bring that scope. That's right. We're going to have to go get a closer look.
That wouldn't be very sporting to be using a sight here. Anyway.
It's more like binoculars. She's looking for a spotting scope. I mean, if there's, never mind. Let's just approach.
Robin, you can move quietly, correct?
Yes, I was just going to say, can I move in front?
I think you should go further in front. Let me have your hand. Do you want to go unseen into the castle?
Yes.
Do we want her to go unseen into the castle? I say to the others.
Yes. If she's wielding a flashlight and she shines a light back towards us.
Oh, that'll.
Can the Fae see her if she is invisible?
Yeah, probably. Or I don't know. I don't know exactly how the.
Let's read invisibility. So that my understanding can be shared. Invisibility. Cloaked in illusion, the target becomes invisible. This makes it undetected to all creatures, though the creatures can attempt to find the target, making it hidden to them instead. If the target uses a hostile action, the spell ends after that hostile action is completed.
Flashlight's not very aggressive.
No, flashlight would just be, but it's like
I think a flashlight would give them the opportunity to find you.
Yeah, hidden.
So that you were hidden instead of invisible.
But if she needs to get our attention, because message is one thing, being able to hear you is one thing.
If I flash a flashlight, it's an emergency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Otherwise,
this protection, this illusory disguise lasts 10 minutes. So set your watch.
It's a disguise?
It's an illusion. You're not invisible. They just can't see you.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay.
It's not that I'm invisible. It's that you can't see me.
I cast invisibility on her, and then a moment later, I cast a message spell on her.
It's not that I can't read, it's that words don't mean anything to me.
This is how it is. Robin then
So
doesn't
where is
waste
she?
any time.
Two
She
flashes.
stealths.
2 flashes if it's clear. 3 flashes if there's somebody there.
Just go have a look and then report back.
Okay, fine.
No, that's what I was going to do. If I flash shit at you, something's really bad.
Exactly.
I can be there almost instantly, but the others will have to run.
Oh, thanks.
And you're not sure if Robin's still there. You're really not sure if Robin's still there.
She ghosts.
She ghosts.
Off you go. How far out in front of the group are you staying, and is the group following?
I think we just move at a slow pace, just at a walk. I'm guessing she's going to move a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
But I think once we get to it, how far are we away from the castle ruins?
You're about a half a mile.
I think we want to move to within a football field at the most, and then wait for her to return.
Okay.
So Robin has the ability, she's very fast, of course, but at her full speed, she can make her step trackless as well as being a stealthy wench. So she's not leaving any tracks as she borders along the outskirts of the path, and she's heading towards where the first set of torches are. She's going to investigate flanks. She's going to see what's around.
Great. Now we'll never find her body.
So are you staying off the road?
Yes.
And running through the meadow to the side?
Yes.
All right. As you approach, what you see is the ruins have one facing wall with an open archway in the center, a couple of crumbling holes in that facing wall, and to your left at a corner is a tower. Looks like a simple square tower with maybe some arrow slits up above it. And there are a couple of trees growing close to the walls or even within the ruins itself. Beyond this first wall, you see that there's another couple of towers, what looks like a taller keep. There is firelight in some of the windows of that keep, but you can't get a feel for the whole place until you get close. What you do know is that front wall passes to your right. It goes right up to the sea cliff edge. To the left side is more meadow, but the whole thing seems like it's poised right on the edges of the cliff.
So I'm going to use what looks like it would be a squeeze a little bit. You can go through this hole rather than going in through the archway. She's going to go urban tracker mode from Fun War Orphan times.
There is a hole just north of the open archway, probably by about 25 feet. Looks like the walls just crumbled into almost a V-shaped opening.
Any sounds? She has a 33 on her stealth. Plus
You
whatever.
slip right up to it if you want to.
That's what I'm doing.
As you get up there, are you climbing through the opening?
Through the opening.
Okay. You climb over the rubble of the opening. You're very quiet. You don't disturb any rocks. If you look to the south, on this side, the inner side of that archway, you see two hunched 3-foot tall creatures flanking either side of the archway out of sight from the outside. They wear red stocking style caps. One is bearded, one is not, and they both hold these just hideous, dangerous looking sickles. You guys are all Game of Thrones people, right? Do you remember that funky hooked sword that the horse lords carried? That's what their sickles look like.
Pull up an image of it.
Gauge whether I can climb down quietly past them, or if this is about as far as I can go in. I don't know
Well,
how
they're
far down.
25 and 35 feet respectively south of you.
Oh, they are, yeah. Okay.
They are. The next
Um,
torches that you see are up in the top of the tower, further south beyond them, and in on some of the battlements and some of the windows of the big keep at the far end. But you've got a field of probably 100 feet of darkness, a couple of trees that are growing up out of the center of the old courtyard, a couple of stable-ish barn-like stone structures that are very overgrown, but you don't see any other movement or any other creatures.
I'm still not sure whether Blanca is going to attempt diplomacy with Maddox, so not going to make an offensive move. It sounds like going down on the inside of this would just put me into total darkness inside. I can see light from towers on the opposite side and the keep.
Well, you're outside,
Hmm.
so you still have light to see. There is still some moonlight. Um, the ocean is just crashing against the seawall to your immediate right, right where the
Good
cliff
cover.
is. And you can see that there's no longer a wall for the fortress. It either crumbled away or they just let the cliff be a natural barrier.
Hmm.
Um, it looks like you could slip into one of these stables without being seen, but the light is around you and overhead. So right now you feel like you could move through the darkness
Okay.
without being spotted. Whether there's anything else out there in the darkness is a little tough to tell.
That's fair. I'm going to stay equally quiet as if it was, and I love the fact that the loud ocean is outside. I'm going to drop inside through the stable quietly. I want to creep around, keeping a 25-ish, 30-ish feet distance from those two red cap guards. I want to investigate another way in on the, I guess you said the south side of Tegan Point.
You're actually on the north side.
Right. Now I am, right.
Yeah. So the stable that you are skirting around is about 60 feet away from those two characters. Yep.
Nice.
Very cool.
Is that the one?
Yep. I'll send you guys a picture of a red cap carrying one. The stable looks like it has not been used in forever. Holes in the back wall allow you to look out and see that it's a straight drop down to the sea. The stones are so weak you could easily push and probably collapse the entire back wall of the stable down into the ocean. Doesn't look particularly structurally sound, but as long as you're not throwing yourself against the walls, you should be okay. And through openings in the front that face what used to be the courtyard, you can see the torches, you can see most of the complex, and you can see the two red caps
to the south
up near the front gate.
Creep interior. Don't lose myself. I know that I have only used a couple minutes, but I don't want to lose my time.
Out on the road, you folks are still strolling up.
Strolling up. I tap that I've got the box still inside of my jacket, or inside of my jacket, and I'm just going to mention, if we're going to parlay at all and things get heated, I'm gonna show this and threaten him with it.
Do you remember the mortar?
The what?
When we were in Chinatown.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Now,
we have options.
Yes. Oh, that's a really good recollection. I don't know if mustard gas would work. Oh, he took it all back anyway. Bjorn, such a killjoy.
I'm 5 feet away.
I know.
You talk about me like I'm not here, like I did not slay an anise and slay a giant and came to everybody's rescue.
chill out. Blanca slayed the giant. Blanca. Look at that.
Details.
It was pretty close. It was pretty close, but she did the job. And yes, you did slay the Yanis, and we appreciate that. I appreciate that personally.
I think Robin appreciates that.
On your other inner thigh, we're going to have the word Giant Slayer put in Nordic runes. You'll love it.
I don't know if you'll love it.
Watching you get that tattoo.
But you'll feel it.
Life of a Shield Maiden.
How often do you get to like admire your respective?
These are personal questions that only a Viking can ask.
Okay, I'll stop asking questions then.
Go write a travel manual.
You're a married man.
I'm just asking about whether it's useful. I mean, if you can't, I intend to get a tattoo on something that I can see. Just.
Do you remember when you turned your gun on that malevolent creature and struck it with great effect?
Yeah.
Did my blessing help you, or did your desire for it to be a great hit seal the deal?
I don't know, but it was a good hit, and I thought, this is the one that did.
Right. So the Shield Maiden tattoos have a similar purpose.
They're very powerful. She is watched over personally by Odin and Odin's emissary here on Earth.
Can I get one of those?
I'm laughing with him, not at him.
Maybe I need a Shield Maiden tattoo because it works for her. Does it work for you, Bjorn?
Yes. Perhaps I will call you my Shield Maiden.
No.
Depends on how much you complain.
No, you call me something else. What is it? Big Jaw?
It's a term of endearment. You wouldn't understand.
Okay.
Well, okay, Benny, do we have an actual plan as we approach this castle full of the enemy, who clearly know we are coming?
Absolutely. They lit the way for us. No, my intent is to channel as much as possible. If we're going to be channeling, or if they come at us in a line, we can deal with them a little bit better.
I'm certain, because that's really what your enemy wants to do, is conveniently line up for you as they rush at you one at a time, instead of using fundamental combat tactics.
Well, fundamental combat tactics require us to create a funnel. So we position ourselves in a place where a funnel occurs naturally.
Like out in a big open rolling meadow?
Well, right now, I think we're just here so that we could just, make haste out of here if something happens.
Can we end the sewing club and work about a strategy? Robin's in there risking her life while you two debate whether it's a sound or unsound strategy to try to line up our opponents.
Meanwhile,
I'm a battlefield tactician, but you two need to do some work.
Robin, while you are lurking in your stable, you notice that there is another outbuilding. You don't know if it's a stone barn or another stable, probably about 40 feet west of you. And what you see is figures are running out of the main keep. 2 of them run into that other stable. 2 of them run up to the front tower and climb an old battlement and disappear inside. 2 more run into some ruins at the south end. All of them carry those sickles. All of them are dressed in assorted strangeness, but all have red hats. Several seem to have those hats nailed to their heads. All in all, it looks like you've seen 2, 4, 6 more join the group that's already in the courtyard now.
So seeing 6 plus the 2 red caps that are already just on the inside of the archway.
Yep.
Okay.
And they've all put themselves into concealment now, except for the 2 by the archway.
Mm-hmm. Okay, time is precious. They've got their attention focused on that side. I'm going to skirt around west and south quietly.
So as you leave the stable, you can't go out the back. Um, if you move to the west, you're going to come upon that other barn-like stable where you know a couple of them are. You can start cutting at an angle across the courtyard toward the lit keep. You can go due south toward another ruin where you saw two disappear. Or you can go at a different angle toward the tower on the front wall where you know you saw another two disappear.
Which feels like it's backtracking best towards where Blanc and the rest are. Due south?
That's back to the east. That's the only place that they have not seemed to appear. So you could slip right back out through that V in the outer wall if you wanted
Right.
to.
Okay. I think I'll do that for my recon. I
Okay.
just didn't really see much of an inlet for the south wall, did I?
The south wall looks like it's mostly occupied by the crumbling remains of part of the fortress
Yeah.
and a piece of wall. There's some holes in it, but it looks fairly intact.
Okay. I could hope for something, but I feel like I'm just making a hope and it's crap. I'll come back out through the V.
You do notice two other things. Pardon me. Just have to find them. That's not it. While you have been scouting, a couple things that you notice. You haven't heard any wildlife, no seabirds, no sea lions barking. But what you have noticed is that flanking the entrance to the main keep, beside the torches that are on either side of the door,
Mm-hmm.
up above each torch is a long red banner, and on it is the gold image of a broken harp.
Okay. That might be meaningful. Creep out back through the V quietly and make my way back.
All right, you way back to your companions. Your companions are still strolling forward. It says, "What are we doing? What is our plan?"
We should probably wait for our recon to come back before we approach further. I don't hear any sounds of battle, so success so far.
Or they just grabbed him and killed him quietly.
Her. I'm still a her.
Yes. But I respect you like a man.
Thank you. So I counted at least 8. They're in concealment inside the courtyard. There's a main entry archway. You can almost make it out from here. 2 of them are closest to the archway. The rest of them, they ran to different fortifications within the courtyard in concealment to be ready for you.
Are you using message to communicate that?
It's too long.
Right.
Yeah, I'm picturing her having basically returned after at that point and just speaking.
Okay.
I may have, 4 minutes of invisibility left. That's about it. I don't know. We'll see. Now there's a entryway which I can easily get up and inside of to the north of that archway. Perhaps could make a distraction if it's a good idea. But any of us, well, except for probably Bjorn, he's too big to be able to crawl through the entryway north of the archway. I didn't see any entryway on the south broken wall. It just looks too solid.
So there's a wall that goes right to the edge where it drops into the ocean.
Yes.
There's an archway. There's a broken section of the wall, and then does it open up on the left side?
To the west?
To get around the left side.
I think that they're making things to be a funnel.
For us, well, that's our job. First thing first, though, I think you have a thermite grenade?
Yeah.
Or white phosphorus? I didn't know which.
Yeah.
You got both?
Yeah. I got
say
2 thermites and 1 white phosphorus.
I say we introduce ourselves with the white phosphorus right through. Just place it on just inside of the first gate.
You know that is a very dangerous, harmful weapon. Yes.
Absolutely. Which
Not
means
the flare.
No.
It's the image. It is the indicator that it's time to dance.
And anybody who gets close to it does dance.
Oh, one other thing. I don't know if it's important or not, but the banners that, I don't know, maybe this is Maddox's banner, but red banners with golden harps were what was draped on the keep just within archway to go inside. I don't recognize it.
I really would like to talk to the man.
The man?
I don't know. Male?
Oh, Maddox. Yes.
Maddox himself. Because it sounds like he's trying to make landfall and he's trying to, create a space for himself. Everybody needs their own man cave, after all.
Did the banners, John, did they look like ancient and tattered, or no, not so much?
No, they look like they were recently made.
Okay. They looked fresh, so they certainly didn't look like from ancient times. Yeah.
Bjorn, now, if we are going to parlay with them, why would you make white phosphorus your opening move?
Well, I figured it's a power play. Block the front entrance, move in through a side entrance. Keep
so
them
you still
guessing.
Have a message on me, Blanca. I can go back to my vantage point now that you know what the situation is. I don't know if anyone else can possibly sneak by the front archway to go up and into, basically these are stables just to the north side, but it at least could be a flanking if things went badly.
He knows we're here. He turned on the lights for our arrival. Let's enter his court.
Do we want to just stand at the front and call out?
How many did you see, Robin?
2 were originally at the archway protecting. I saw at least 6 more. They scattered into concealment positions inside of the courtyard. So 8.
We have 8 red caps.
That I saw. Plus more whatever might be inside the keep.
Robin, Banny, you know me. I like to go straight at it. And I don't think I'll get any argument from Bjorn on this. Let's just go in.
There are other ways to go.
We go. Let's
I would still like to take
stop
the
at the gate. Point. If you take the vantage point, that's perfect.
It's the least I can do. I probably have a couple minutes left.
Yeah. Well, do you want a rifle or are you fine?
I'm a pistolier.
Okay.
And we have message.
Let me suggest that maybe I go as an envoy.
I think we stand at the gate. We announce ourselves. They're waiting
for
us.
Let me suggest that I go as a big Norman shadow for the envoy.
Okay.
We're all there.
We're going in.
We're just walking up to the front gate. We're not walking through that front gate. Go ahead, Robin.
You don't know, but Robin's already gone.
Oh.
Yeah. Get somewhere good.
Get somewhere good.
Okay.
Have fun storming the castle.
Act in a hostile behavior. I'm going to just obliterate them.
I know. That's our job. If negotiations fail, we fight. Let's go negotiate.
Okay.
Until they fail.
Isn't that
He
my
holds
job?
the greatsword in one hand and just unflaps and grips the Yeti in the other. Let's go negotiate.
So we stand outside the front and call out, right?
I'm going to reach in and pull out my camera and adjust the f-stop. Nighttime, beautiful castle.
You got to hold really still.
So my stealth for getting myself into a nice conveyed position.
Did you want to sneak back into your stable?
True. And from where I can see at least my two people. I know I'm going to become visible probably during the interchange. I want to be in concealment when that occurs, just naturally.
Benny?
Yeah?
Can I borrow the wassa?
It's the bighorn.
Oh.
Right.
Don't worry, it's
Bjorn
a lot.
Just the barrel away from his face.
That way.
It's a little easier to use. Believe me, it's a delight.
All right.
Not bolt action, not as hard hitting, but it definitely does give a punch.
Will it hurt my hands?
Nope.
All right.
Okay, it'll hurt your hands a little. You're fine. It won't hurt as much as a wassa. Wassa kicks hard.
All right.
So
you're taking the road. I'm not getting any dirtier than we already are.
We are up to the hem at this point.
I know.
Are you actually wearing pants, or are you wearing a skirt?
Remember what those blousey?
Oh, the pants? Fox hunt. Oh, you decided to wear the riding pants, so they got that. Okay.
Yep. It looks like a German officer.
German field marshal.
Yeah.
Obergruppenführer.
German field marshal using a thigh master. Yes. Okay.
Gruppenführer Blanca. Knock, knock. Who's there? Viva asked the question.
We go in and put the takeaway.
That's Bjorn. He's got the shake weight.
You may, except he hangs them off of his earlobes. You make your way to the entrance gate. You hear the crackle of the fire. You hear the crashing boom of the surf at the base of the cliffs. It's getting rather chilly this close to the sea. And do you pass through the archway, or do you stop at the opening?
Stop at the opening. We request an audience. Hold up my pistol and wait for reception.
I sent you an email with some visual aids.
Yeah.
Are
they kind of like this disjointed, different looking?
Each one is very different from the next.
Nice.
They're all roughly the same species, and they all fall into the same category, but they're different.
They sure are different.
Oh, yeah.
You called out to Maddock?
Call out to Maddock.
You see two hideous faces peek around either side of the archway, both in red caps. They peel their lips back and make hissing noises with their sharp teeth. You see the tips of their horrible sickles. One of them looks like he's just trembling.
So, we're here to speak to Maddock.
Bjorn says, "Oh, let me kill these filthy little beasts."
No, we're going to be friendly first. We'll unleash if we don't get what we want. Can we talk?
The doors of the keep swing open, and a man walks out. He is probably 6'4". He is dressed in gold and green robes that billow about him as he walks. He has red hair, greenish skin. Looks like he's wearing quite a bit of gold jewelry and a golden cloak. There is a big bastard sword on one hip, and he is flanked by a pair of shambling, hunched over redcaps.
To whom do we have the honor of addressing?
He is striding. There's about 120 feet between the keep doors and your archway, and he is striding directly at you with the redcaps scrambling to keep up on either side of him.
Robin will quietly hunt a new prey.
I'm gonna reach back and say, Bjorn, I would really like that white phosphorus just to hold on to. I'll just put it in my back
already
pocket.
demonstrated you cannot be trusted with live grenades.
I was perfectly trusted with them. Perfectly.
Fine. Take it off of my rig. Make sure you pick the Willie Pete instead of the smoke grenade.
Okay. That's it. I'm gonna slide it into my jacket.
Looks like white phosphorus.
Will the Knitting Society please quiet down?
Oh, be quiet, little girl.
I put
While
my
I'm fighting them, I'm going to put mage armor on just in case.
Shields up.
Yeah, put my Toro into its patch, leave it open. I'm actually gonna check my Derringer and make sure it's fully loaded with the cold iron rounds and it's ready. And I'm gonna have that slid up my sleeve.
Bjorn is tracking the green-skinned man as he approaches with the barrels of the Yeti. The two redcaps on either side of the archway kind of shift forward about a foot, and they're both quivering now, both glaring at Bjorn and Blanca.
But Danny, not so much.
No, not Benny so much. He doesn't have a weapon.
He's
actively
got a kind
out.
face.
Yes, he has a kind face.
And she just cast.
Yeah,
And
that's
the Viking is holding a hand howitzer and a big glowing sword. The red-haired, green-skinned man stops about 15 feet away and plants his fists on his hips. He just has this imperious feel about him. He's clearly someone who's used to being obeyed. He smells like royalty. And Blanca, you've actually met royalty. This guy's more abrupt and abrasive.
I've met that kind of royalty too.
Yep, that you have. He doesn't seem quite as smooth as the queen, but he's also male, so maybe it's just a different aspect. He has the clearly pointed ears of the Fae. He's incredibly handsome.
Behind the green skin.
Who seeks an audience with me?
Lord Maddock, well met. Thank you for greeting us on the field. Your queen has bid us...
Stop. I do not have a queen.
Then this gets easier.
Proceed.
We are here to strike a bargain.
Is this a surrender?
oh. I laugh and go silent.
Negotiate. Negotiate. Not in military terms. Benny, did you bring the scotch?
I left it at the Cornish Knocker's place. It was his.
I think I have some in my bag. Now it's time for an illusion. Using...
We have Old Tegan. Oh, never mind. Unless we brought it with us after the car.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like that shit survived.
Not allowed to survive that car.
I don't have... I'm geared for combat. I don't have my...
Yeah. You know, we don't have much. we just have this.
But
What
you
we're
got
going to
balls.
we're going to offer you a way out. I'm assuming that you got kicked out of bed. Whatever was going on between
He knows what that's
you
like.
and the queen, not our problem. But our problem actually starts with you being on our soil. In this place, you are causing trouble.
Are you the Lord High Defender?
Nope. Just a person, a mortal, a mayfly, as you likely call us, but we are here to.
If you were the Lord High Defender, I would speak to you with respect, but you are what, a peasant? An impudent peasant?
Blanc is the noble. Let me just
Then
defer to
he
her.
turns and looks at her, and you cease to exist. You allow your servants to speak to their betters this way?
Well, we are in Fey country, and things are different here. But
Indeed.
you and I are talking now, so let us move past the indiscretions and get to the point. The woman.
A moment. Your lackey gave a veiled threat to nobility. He should be beaten at the very least. I'll wait while you accomplish that.
And move back.
I pull out.
Don't move. And I will slightly strike him on the face. I will act it up a little bit so it looks more rough. Know your place.
I nod.
Oh, you mean to Banny. Okay.
And then I pull out the box from my jacket and I held it at my side.
When you get slapped and are told to mind your place, you can't help but notice that, is that a grin you're seeing through all that beard standing next to you? Maybe.
Fuck off, Bjorn.
You sneak out or think you sneak out the wooden box.
Oh, I don't sneak it. I pull it out of my jacket and I hold it at my side.
We have left the court of the Queen of Darkness and Silence, and she has signed your death warrant and given us the duty of enacting it. Now, I don't believe that's an order you want us to act out. Am I wrong?
You're saying that she signed a death warrant for me and gave it to you?
In effect, yes. And her champion lays behind us on the field, slain also at her behest.
My congratulations on your conquest.
Thank you. I think we can reach a higher ground than bloodshed here in your ruined castle.
This is only a temporary encampment.
I
said that last time my house was overrun and thrown into the ocean too.
Yes. But I remember when this was a true fortress on the sea. It was magnificent. But that was a very long time ago. Now I'm considering relocating to the manor house, but there's some pesky mayflies there that need to be eliminated.
Yes, and you've gotten to the point of our meeting, which is I really can't allow that transition. Perhaps we could find another arrangement for you.
A challenge to open combat? Is that what you would prefer?
I have a champion, if you wish, yes. Do you have one as well? Or do you stand on your own?
I would always stand on my own. Do you wish to battle my redcaps for supremacy of the land?
This land makes no difference to me. It is you and I who have a quarrel. Let's settle.
I had no quarrel until you walked up to my fortress and picked one.
Well, that's how it works. You understand. You're nobility.
So you come to my fortress.
Look at the
demanding terms. Telling me that you are some sort of assassin for the so-called Queen of the Unseelie Court.
Your interpretation is not far from the mark.
Then suppose I refuse you, girl.
Well, then we are at odds, and we must find baser methods to resolve it.
Which I am not opposed to.
Nor am I. But I thought perhaps you were made of better stuff than that.
Oh, and you're insulting as well.
Appealing to your better nature, sir.
What makes you think I have a better nature?
I'm trying to see
what blood do you think you have in you, child, to allow you to speak this way to your betters? And Blackie, what are you waving at back there?
I'll just say I agree with you. Maybe this should be just all out bloodshed.
Not yet.
Maybe Soviets shouldn't speak ever.
I think you need to slap me again. I think
if you like, I'll have one of my red caps cut out his tongue, and then that impudence will be at an end.
You mind your court, I'll mind my own.
Then keep your dogs in check, little girl, or I'll unleash mine.
Little dogs, yes. I know. I think poodles, perhaps.
Oh, the two red caps. Actually, it's the four red caps around him were just snarling and showing their nasty little teeth and trembling and shaking.
Yes, if they tremble much more, they'll shat themselves, and then we'll have another mess to clean up.
You're quite amusing.
I find myself amusing from time to time, but that's not why we're here. And we'll not
what is it you want, child?
I wanted to see if there was a way out of this that didn't involve you in the ocean.
A way out of what?
Your former queen has determined that you are no longer worth her attention, and your time here on the material plane is at an end.
And you do her bidding now?
I have struck a bargain, and you are part of that bargain. Sorry, Danny.
You've exposed yourself to the Unseelie Court and enslaved yourself to the Queen of Darkness and Silence.
Oh, and how did you unmoor yourself from her tower?
I'm a mere consort.
Mere. I'm sure there were promises to get into her bed that probably still require fulfillment.
Would you care to join me in my bed? And we'll see.
You're not worthy of my time.
So you've come here to insult me, to threaten me with a fate that you clearly cannot carry out.
We're serving you an eviction notice. You are not welcome on the Prime. You are not welcome in our place. You're causing trouble. This bleed between the worlds is making it very difficult for us, and we just want you not here.
Show him his future. Present the box to him.
I pull out the box. It's been said that I shouldn't open this because
his eyes widen and a weird grin curls up just one side of his mouth. She gave you the box.
This is the only way. She said that this is the only way that we need to resolve this. And so
he smiles even more.
And I start, fussing with the tassels. And it's like, and we're supposed to open this box and give it to you as your eviction notice.
He leans forward with interest.
You ready?
Do it. Do it. I can't wait to see it. It's worth oblivion. She said she could get someone to open it.
Yep. And we're going to open it for you, right? So, but the thing is, you're extremely excited about this, but it will kill you. So
most assuredly,
as it will kill the entire mortal realm.
What a bargain.
But at least you would get to see it open. Why would you look for your fate like that?
Oh, it's not my fate. It's your fate and all of your kind.
And then it would just
And
open
I
up.
might even escape it. Because I can move very fast. I don't know if you can move fast enough. Your friend, and he looks over at the Viking, appears to at least be equipped to have a chance. But one chance is all he would get. And you would have no chance. He
Yeah.
looks back at Blanca. Why don't you let me have out his tongue, join me in my bed, and in the morning we can chat about the future.
That is an intriguing offer. I see.
Perhaps you'll be my queen.
At the least. Ben?
Yes.
Bjorn? Rob, oh boy.
My boy.
Are we in an impasse?
I believe he wants to see the contents of the box. I think we should show him what he has unleashed.
On the last episode of Knock Richter.
I slowly pull the strap off of it, and I look at Bjorn, and I look back at Blanca, and I look
Bjorn
at
takes a deep breath.
You have
Seems to
message.
reconcile himself. He lets the Yeti swing free and grips the sword in both hands.
Drop the box and fire.
I open it towards him.
I
He did open it.
Oh my god, he opened it.
On Blanca's order.
I wasn't talking about the box. I was like a can of whoop ass.
He was doing 3, 2, 1, 0, 2.
What? I was unwrapping the box.
You open the Dark Fairies Apocalypse box, and what emerges is beyond immediate comprehension. That is where we will leave you tonight, gentlemen.
Wait, so I had the box in my hand. I'm unwrapping the box. And you said 3, 2, 1. I thought you were saying just open the box.
Oh, just do it.
Did anybody misinterpret that?
I was waiting for. What's interesting is I don't know if Blanca said something in message or not. I mean, I might be a split second late because of the gunfire.
Well, miscommunication will happen.
Yeah,
so
certainly.
let's roll with it.
Especially after Tegan.
Roll with it.
Whatever happens, happens.
I mean,
what did Hyacinth say?
Don't open the box.
Whatever you do,
don't open the box. I've got the box in my hand, and you say 3, 2, 1, and I'm thinking.
Okay, just make sure that you got the blade.
Evil Dark Queen said it was okay.
Yeah, the Dark Queen of silence. And...
But the thing is, I was gonna. That was not even a. I was gonna put it away and hide it and everything else, but no, I pulled it out and I started unraveling it.
I've got to stop using charm spells on you.
Open the box, Bambi.
I'm thinking, open the box? Are you sure about this? Open the can of whoop ass. Okay. Open the anything else. If okay.
All the trustworthy people you've met said don't open the box.
Everybody said don't open the box.
Do it.
Blanca is more important than every trustworthy person.
There's no doubt.
I have missent my cues to my good friend, and now we all stand on Doom's door.
Goodness. That is amazing.
Well, I mean, I really enjoyed this campaign and the whole world and everything. It was really cool.
It was really cool. Things are about to get different.
Spicy.
That is awesome. We've had some truly epic moments during this adventure.
Yeah.
From tennis to fairy
Yeah.
negotiation
Fairy
giants.
initiation. I mean, Robin
That's a
before the
car.
Yeah.
That's right. You get to like stab and just totally remove the head and the skeleton. I mean the neck and everything of the Iron Jack,
Jack and Irons.
Jack and Irons.
And irons.
Yeah, yeah. You got all of that.
We're screwed.
So before Robin goes into the abyss, she
What did
does
you
want.
think he was gonna do?
I'm
Robin
like,
just wants to see the dragon come out
I
of the
was
egg.
so caught up in the moment that I really wasn't paying attention to what you were telling him to do.
We were gonna fight, not open the box.
she's doing a 3, 2, 1, and I'm like, really? I'm unwrapping the box. 3, 2, 1. I've got the. I'm taking the silver latch and I'm moving it out of the way and everything, and it's like, really?
Okay.
We're gonna do
this?
We just bested a giant. What could go wrong?
Oh yeah, and also the troll under the bridge, the Annis. Yeah.
the thing that kills dragons. Just kills dragons. It just kills dragons.
It's only an apocalypse box. Oh, what could happen?
Well, let's not give Apocalypse too much credo. It's just a place where a bunch of people died once, and
I
it's
think
really
you're
just real
thinking
estate.
of Armageddon.
Oh, dang it!
Oh,
Yeah.
you said apocalypse. If you said Armageddon, that's totally different.
Yeah,
totally
okay, you caught me. Damn it!
Oh man.
Apocalypse.
Well, I mean, we didn't want to see World War II happen, right? I mean, that's one way to prevent it.
Yeah, we just unleashed Wonder Woman so that she can believe that the Nazis are here. So hey,
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm like, does she have a plan? Does she know something I don't? Are we gonna? It's like, wait, Snicker snack. Just hold on to the blade.
It's okay. Blanca
guys-
has her mage armor on. It's all fine.
You guys
Yeah,
also.
we'll be fine.
You talked to
Fine.
Fate, and
I'm
Fate
fine.
said,
Everything's fine.
I
Oh,
know. I mean, Fate did
that's a
say,
good plan. We need to get back to Fate and see if we can undo some threads, cut a few, and restitch around this.
well, she said, didn't she say? You guys told me about it. It's all hearsay to me. Poor
Yeah.
Banny. It's all hearsay to Banny.
That's why you opened the box. Yeah. So
That's the only
What was it that-
forgiveness of the box is
What
that
was it that Fate said something about?
Dead
Said-
Kings and Clover,
mankind-
deep in the dark. Open the box to tear out his heart, but stand by with the blade, lest the mortal world be slayed.
yes.
So we're going to release something into the world that's going to require the blade that Bjorn's holding to get us out of this.
Yes.
Period.
And that was my understanding, and he confirmed it by saying he has one shot. Nobody else
Well,
has a shot.
Against him, Maddock, anyway. You have one shot.
No, against whatever's in the box.
No, you hadn't pulled out the box yet.
Oh,
he was
no.
Referring to,
He
he was
said-
referring to. He was
No.
referring. Well, we can look back on the video, but this was the let's throw down conversation
No.
before you went all like.
He was like, "Oh, you are never going to be fast enough. I will be fast enough to get away from it."
Oh,
He
that
said
was
it.
after. Yes.
He said, "I will be fast enough to get away from it, but you won't be."
Well, John, we
He
have
has-
answered your deepest fantasies.
Oh
We've
my
let you unleash hell on earth.
So
I mean, it's John Campbell, ladies and gentlemen. Apocalypse now and now and now.
let's see. What do we do? Just set up a whole bunch of things that you want to keep just standing, and we'll just kick them over one by one.
Hey, and we're in a funnel.
Yeah.
You're-
Got a
That's
bunch
right,
of
the
blood,
funnel.
We'll kick it over.
We will kill the first 4 things in front of us almost immediately. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how this thing works. Does it fly out and just
A giant
with
mouth
with
comes
its
out
mouth
and goes,
open?
It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Tried not to think of anything.
Just popped in my head.
My goodness.
As John contemplates how he can possibly prevent the world from being immediately destroyed.
Well, he's got a week to figure out how how to manage this chaos.
Actually, I've been thinking about it for a month.
Wow.
Because something told me someone was going to open the box.
Who is it?
I thought, I wonder how many times I can tell them don't open the box before they open the box.
Which really ensures that you will open the box, right? Whatever you do, don't open the fucking box.
I was determined that this be an adventure based purely on free will.
Well, the best
And
part
amazing.
is
I mean,
amazing.
my
Yeah.
trust. I trust.
I mean, let's think about this. If
so
Fanny
much.
hadn't grabbed the Fuka
The Fuka.
and gone and then critically failed and been drawn in, I mean, the totally different course probably would have unveiled. I mean, you know, we had to get sucked in and go through Sealy and Unsealy and get the horrors of the box. Yeah.
Well,
Even fate warned you about that.
well, Fate said, "Oh, just make sure that you stand by with the sword."
Well, that's easy for an ancient, immortal, godlike being to say.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Tells me that's not what's in the box.
This is
It's a trip
this
to
is
Hawaii.
It's a CEM, a campaign-ending maneuver.
Yeah. And now realizing that the phosphorus grenade if I didn't pick up the phosphorus grenade, then I probably would have had a different 3, 2, 1. You mean open the box? I would have actually asked the question.
That's all right.
I
Benny,
gotta tell you,
it's okay.
It's okay.
watching you reach out and go, I open the box right at him. The look on both of your faces, just the horror of he did it, and there's no way John's going to misinterpret it
it's
any
like-
other way.
Robin's on the other side. No, he fucking didn't.
There's not even a roll he can use a hero point on to take it back.
I know, right?
Oh,
That's what you meant, isn't it? It's what you meant.
Wow.
Oh.
Yes, you wanted to open the box, and now you gave yourself permission.
No, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put this away. I now know exactly what's in the box. But it was like the hate bullies thing. Well, it's like, okay, we're gonna throw down. I didn't realize we were gonna throw down. Well, I did.
Well, we've wanted to throw down for 2 weeks.
That's
Yes,
true.
you
We were
have.
kind of anxious for it, and we really.
We just
Yeah.
need to open this up in the Unsealy court.
well, and I thought you guys did amazing with the Annis and with especially the giant. Holy shit. I thought that was going to be a much more epic battle.
It was epic.
It was. I just thought it would last longer and I might, I don't know, cause a little damage to you.
Jeez.
A
You weren't too
unique
terrified.
giant out of mythology.
One hit or
Yeah.
one full round of hits from that thing would just be so devastating. It's not even.
When I was looking at its stats and I'm like, God, this thing with just mediocre rolls is going to pound someone into jelly.
Yep.
Yeah.
What have I done? He's
What have
fucking dead? What?
That's bullshit.
Giant is dead?
It's remarkable that his willpower was not higher.
Yeah. Yeah, his will was only a plus 12.
I mean, that's,
Fortitude, different story.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of big dumb things is that
Yeah.
you get a little
And that's
bit.
also the beauty of like it's based on something that's like it's mental strength versus just being like, oh, that's only good up to certain hit dice, like in old Pathfinders. Like, oh, too many hit dice, no effect.
The thing had a 28 armor class and 208 hit points.
I thought it was going to be massive. I thought
It was
utterly massive.
We-
it was massive.
Like plink, 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 plink.
I had a great visual of it coming at you toward the car.
Yeah. Oh,
And
terrifying.
honestly, if you hadn't put it to sleep, then Bjorn is going to be batters up.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, it was its turn. 41 initiative.
Yeah.
So we cheated death too many times. Therefore, Banny said, "You know what?
Let's just invite him to the party.
I just said, fuck it. Just do it.
Bring it. Bring it."
It might not be as bad as you think it is.
Hey, it's worse. Because we're going to have a week to kind of go, it's not that bad. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Maybe
A
we should do
howitzer. A howitzer does a pretty decent amount of damage, and we're not howitzers. Although Bjorn does have one in his.
Yeah. Triple barrel howitzer.
Yeah. I could buy him half a round before the Valkyries just come and collect him off the field.
It's like you done good. Let's go.
That's right.
But wait, I'm not done fighting.
What about Echelon?
At least stop and pick up Blanca. We're not done with her tattoos. Benny, he can stay there with the goddamn box.
My box.
My precious.
My precious.
Well, now that whatever's inside of it is out, you could store change. You put cigars in there, matchbooks.
I probably will put some cigars, or at least a few bags of tobacco in this.
Boot blousers in here.
Smoke
I'm
Banny.
not sure what these are.
I smoke a pipe occasionally, so yes, this will be a good smoking box.
Yeah.
That'll be great. It's like, oh, what is this? Oh, this is just my cigar stuff. It has a weird symbol on the front. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that.
What's this box? It's my late husband's cigar box.
Where did you find it? Magnetia somewhere, or maybe.
Yeah, it was mailed with pieces of my late husband.
Slightly scorched, has some scratch marks on it.
I keep his nose in there.
Lightly used.
Lightly used.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen so I can enjoy the rest of my week and then come back.
Are we on for next Tuesday?
What day is that? Yeah, isn't that the
I'm very eager to see what Keith's heading is for the invite next time.
Yeah, what's
do
the
we
title
even need to do this?
Armageddon Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Oof.
The box.
Drachenfels, the box. Yeah, that.
What's in the
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Get back in ball. Back in ball.
Back in. I closed the box. I just open it briefly so I can see what's in it, then I shut it.
If I lose a Cheerio in the morning or a noodle from my ramen and I pick it up, it's always back in ball.
Back in ball.
Then I have to run my hand.
That's a classic.
Oh, that was quite a night, fellas. Holy shit.
Yeah. Unholy shit.
Unholy.
Oh, and the
Quite cool.
Queen's laughing around in the back.
I'm looking forward to rewatching parts. That's for sure.
So especially that one part.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just that again. It's like, oh my god, and then see our expressions.
We'll have to slow it down and send it to us.
I think our reaction to Banny yelling at the Queen was probably as remarkable.
Calm down, Banny. Calm down.
Yeah. No, I won't calm down. I'm going to bring the apocalypse one way or the other.
Do you like the box?
Now Block is thinking, yeah, should have let the red caps cut out his tongue.
Yeah. As she's floating off to heaven or whatever. I guess I should have.
Could have lost his tongue. Could have bedded a king. Could have been a queen.
I mean, he was a handsome green-skinned king. Let's be clear.
He was.
Lots of great options.
Yeah. Many prospects.
I could spend eternity with the bass player from the Gorillas.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Well, I don't know what a cliffhanger is, but that's one of them.
Yeah. John likes to put those on us.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that was...
dropped a cliffhanger once or twice in my life.
Bum, bum, bum.
You guys set the table for that cliffhanger.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
We went and got the books, did all the research.
Talked to all the right people and the wrong people.
I feel like we're the Avengers just sitting around the table eating shawarma, just like, oh my God.
Yeah. What do you mean you couldn't get the glove in time?
Okay.
Well, it's not that fast. Yeah, I guess it is.
Now he's just torturing us with it.
Trying to find some redemption in this thing.
Well, the redemption is it's going that way.
Maybe Blanca could put it to sleep.
Lock it down from its extreme rage.
That's right. It's eternal rage to destroy the entire world.
That's right. How do you use a sleep spell on the concept of wrath?
Yeah. So we need to find our way to a Chromador really quick and enlist a whole bunch of wizards and say, "Hey, all at once."
I can see you at the Chromador ticket window. Destination, any place safe.
Well, I would say I'd like to speak to your staff and special request.
Oh, you're going to be a Karen.
Yeah. I would like somebody to remove from our dimension this extra dimensional being that just showed up at my house. Everybody at once, just hit it.
I want to speak to the manager.
Oh my God.
There were no warning stickers on this box other than the word apocalypse on the lid.
Yeah. I can't read this word. Who puts this here and expects me to read it?
We could have left it in the wall. But I know it was a great attempt at a bluff.
It wasn't a bluff at that point. That is actually. Well, it was a bluff. It was. Mm-hmm. But
At
he
first.
leaned in, and I was like, okay, I'm going to put this away now.
It could have just been still sitting underneath the bulldog, safely in a wall.
Yeah, well, it could have been in my jacket. Yeah. Anyway, good times.
Good times.
Good times.
It's kind of like watching, the Challenger over and over.
Over? God. I remember doing that while I was in elementary school. And what was the elementary school? The Columbia.
Oh, no.
Oh.
There was a Challenger elementary school that was, around the corner from us. So a bunch of the elementary schools in the area popped up with different names of shuttles. Mm. And it's funny that Columbia was, subsequently one of those that popped.
Burned up.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Lovely. Lovely.
Always a delight.
Oh, boy. All right.
I'm glad you're entertained, John.
Yeah. And you guys did it.
On the bright side, there's always alternate universes, right?
We just created one.
Okay, we just created one.
How about peeing when Ken said on the last episode? I'm not
I was split between that and on a very special episode of Notwictor. But last. On the last episode of Notwictor.
This is one of those where next Tuesday you're like, I thought last week was the season ender.
Is this the premiere, or is this the finale part 2, or is this?
Is this like a mid-season? Oh,
You guys are bad, man.
indeed. Well, I'm gonna head off and have sweet, sweet dreams. Coming out and telling you no less than a dozen times. Don't open the box.
A veritable cornucopia of times.
Indeed.
Yes, enjoy the dreams.
So that's why I will sleep well. Not feeling bad at all.
Well, I didn't kill him.
That was Eric. All right, fellas. I'll talk to you.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
It's okay, Eric.
I don't know what to say.
I mean, any of us could have done it.
I was
It's
the one
a
who
good story.
It's great story. It's great story, but
That's where the last page ended, actually. It was like, and he opened the box.
the end. What is there anything else? Nobody's here to write it. Sorry.
Yeah. No journals.
Not,
Just here.
just a burst of speed and a whole bunch of things dead all at once.
We could have just fought a red cap army. That would have been fine.
We only saw 8 or so at the time, but
The fortress has more, I'm sure.
when you there's
Well, so definitely we know there were 10 because Robin saw a total of 8, and then he came strolling out with 2 more of the goons. So yeah, there were 10 there. Yeah.
yeah. Well,
It took a lot of damage to put 1 down.
The thing that I would say, if the blade does its job, we'll see, because the
what Fate
blade
said.
is built specifically to destroy that creature, from what it sounded like.
I believe that John is trying to upsell the danger of whatever's in that box. A little added drama just for fun.
I don't know. Because
he called it apocalypse.
I mean, we are facing off with immortal beings right now.
Right.
Gods, you could say. Or at least they believe so, because they haven't actually run into anything that will kill them outright.
And we're just level 8.
But
with
here's the
limited
thing.
hit points.
Technology, yes, with extremely limited hit points. Technology in general has been the downfall of all these antique creatures. It's like,
True.
but I won't say that about a flying creature that can smash dragons and eat them.
Yeah, you're saying that white phosphorus isn't going to save us?
It may save us from some things, but I don't know. You see, unless we can get it in its gullet, a white phosphorus grenade going off inside of the gullet of a creature, immortal or not, is gonna hurt. It's gonna suck.
It's indigestion.
Yeah. We have, I mean, speaking of going up against Bathory and the fact that she was an immortal creature who was just devastating, but she had never encountered a technologically advanced foe. And I won't say technologically advanced like we're super advanced. It's just the fact that we deploy the weapons. We're attuned to war. We understand how to use these things. Speaking
And
of,
she had vampiric weaknesses.
but she didn't prepare ahead for a foe like us. And that seems to be the continual thing with any of these mythological creatures. It's like it's not a stand and deliver. It's like you have to go up front and hit somebody, or, oh, I've got spells so I can hit you from a distance and I can make you do things. But it is always the first volley. If you can figure out how to get that first volley set appropriately, because really we had that giant down to almost half in one round.
Yeah, but he would have killed at least one person before we got to take the other.
At least one person was going to be dying one. Almost like guaranteed.
And that is a possibility, but I don't think so, because Blanca, if that spell didn't work, you would be able to get a certain amount of moves away. I don't know how you do 4 swings if you only have 3 actions.
It's power, but I mean, consider it hasted. But Keith, I mean, like, that's a 2 action thing for sleep, or 3? What is it?
It's a 2.
2? Well, you still had to get up.
Yeah, so I stood up and sleep. Actually, I was laying on my back.
You were laying on your back, right? So if that sleep had failed, all you could do is what? Crawl?
Stand
really? Yeah.
But Bjorn,
yeah,
jumped in front of her. He was coming to rescue her if something.
Odds were really good that
Bjorn's an idiot. Why would he do that?
Yeah, just so that you wouldn't be dead.
But you, I would expect, have some sort of contingency, and that's the thing I was kind of relying on, because now that I've seen what your mom can do, warping away and such, I don't know exactly where that is in your...
I can't go as far as she can.
But if you can go more than 120 feet, then you're probably okay.
Can you do that just 1 action?
2 actions.
Oh, well, so
you would have been.
It
wouldn't have been that.
Yeah. It would have been giant goes.
I would have had to have done a ready to action, and I debated it seriously because he was standing over me. I'm like, so I could ready an action to flip away from here,
right?
Or I could try to sizzle him with lightning. That just didn't feel like I was going to do enough damage. Like, I haven't used sleep on anybody ever.
That was phenomenal. That was a phenomenal hit.
Well, and he had to roll kind of crappy for it to work.
Because he did what he said.
Yeah, 13? he had like a plus 12 or 13 or something, but which is formidable. But it just means he's a higher level.
And he needed to get a 26, right?
It was a gamble. It was a long shot. Yeah.
Yeah. That paid off.
It paid off.
But yeah, if he'd rolled a 13 or maybe a 14, if we're wrong about the plus, then he could have fought off the sleep. As it was, he's going to sleep for an hour. That was awesome. Critical fail.
Yeah. If he succeeded, he takes just a kind of a minor hitch. I mean, sleep, even on a success, has a minor little...
Like minus an action or something, or your days.
It's not even that powerful. That's why I looked at him like, this has got to work. And for him to critically fail was awesome.
Mm-hmm. That's what we need right now, is the total apocalypse to critically fail.
Yeah, I'm getting low on spells, so John does a great job of appealing to my vanity, so I will just continue to cast stuff for fun.
Will Blanca learn her lesson? No. Find out. No.
Yeah, well, I'll say I'm not sure what to look forward to at this point.
It's okay. We have L'Excalibur.
Yes, Lancelot, go to battle.
Yep.
Well, thankfully Bjorn is like super powerful, but if Bjorn goes down, then the next person runs up and grabs the sword and uses it, and then they go down, and then the next person.
And the next person, right. And so on until all 4 of us are worn out.
If
so
it was
saying, once more, I'm going to be the last one with the sword in my hand, pushing it through the neck of a giant thing.
Probably. But nobody's going to be there to say a little to the left.
Yeah, that's true. And I'll just nick a muscle, and they're like.
Well, I like this whole idea of using the ability to do telekinetic whoosh and
Yeah.
use that for the sword. Just
Salah days.
classic. Actually, no, we never did. I never threw Salah. I never threw her.
No, but it just fought. She could fight
Oh,
by
she
herself.
could.
Yeah.
And I found that it was not as useful as I wanted it to be because I still had to use actions to direct her, and I was so much more. She was only a +1, and when I was wielding her, she was like a +8. I mean, some ridiculous number because of my barbarian strength. So enraged, I was absolutely brutal with her. But having her as like a dancing sword was. I would pull out another sword, and she's like, "Hey,
You're cheating on me."
yes, I can't have another woman. I can't have another sword. What the fuck?" Anyway.
Well, I just pushed the module up.
Ooh.
Up for sale?
Phantom Radio is available on Game Point Worlds.
Woo!
It's pending on Amazon, and I've got a couple little things to do before it goes up to Drive-Thru RPG.
Well, congratulations.
Yay! God, I'm so glad to have that out.
Woohoo!
It's hardly the fall yet, Keith. You've exceeded your timeline.
Well, I was hoping to have 2 modules done for fall, and I released the second module ahead of the